Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, Busey Bank. Busey, your dream, our promise. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Spotlight. I'm your host, Jane Winnett, and joining me now are Jenny Fabian and Kathy O'Malley from the People's Resource Center. Welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, super glad to have you here. And Jenny, we're going to start out with you. What's the People's Resource Center?
People's Resource Center is a community of neighbors here in DuPage County who help each other when they hit hard times. So we provide food, clothing, computer training, computer access, all kinds of programming and emergency services for residents of DuPage, and we do it through volunteer time.
I love that. Wow, that was a really great synopsis, but I like it, neighbors in need. I love that term. That's a great way of putting it. Charity starts at home, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People want to make a difference here with folks they know and where they can see the impact that they're having.
Well, that leads me right into you, Kathy, because you've been a longtime volunteer at the People's Resource Center. Talk a little bit about your experience and the role that volunteers play.
Well, I'm a volunteer as a member of the board. The role that volunteers play, we couldn't function without our volunteers. We have about 2,500 people who give remarkable amounts of time and energy, and we are focused on providing services, and those services are mostly provided by volunteers.
And it's a wide range, right? So if I'm a volunteer, there's lots of ways that I could plug in.
Absolutely. Almost anything you see at People's Resource Center, a volunteer is doing it. So giving out food, helping folks shop, going and picking up food from our food rescue locations, doing intake, being a job coach, art instructor, all kinds of ways that volunteers help.
Yeah, that's wonderful. How has the program changed over time? I mean, you've been around and servicing the community for a long time. How has it changed?
Yes, PRC started in 1975 when we served 125 people that year out of a basement window with food. And now we reach about 30,000 people across the county, neighbors in need every year with all of our services. And every new service that's come on has happened because a volunteer says, we should do this at PRC, and can we try it?
That's amazing. I mean, that's incredible growth. 30,000 people that you're servicing.
30,000 neighbors a year with 2,500 volunteers helping.
How do people find you?
They find us on their website. They find us through word of mouth or through a faith community, through another organization. Our website is peoplesrc.org, and lots of ways people can get involved if they check us out. Okay.
Kathy, you've been on that board for a while. What are you most proud of?
I go back to volunteers. I go back to the fact that we have people that are willing to give such an we have people who work in our computer lab who put in almost as much time as people do at a regular job. And we have volunteers that are there day after day in the heat and in the cold, helping people get food. That's what I'm proud of, that this is an organization that operates mostly with people who are willing to donate their time. I think that's remarkable. Neighbors helping neighbors is what we're focused on.
And do you feel that that's the spirit which brings the volunteers to you?
Absolutely. The volunteers are so inspiring, and last week I met a man who is not homeless because he came to PRC for help just in time, and a few months ago a pastor came into my office and said he's referred folks to PRC many times and never thought he'd need our services himself, but he came in. Those moments happen over and over, and it's usually volunteers who have those interactions.
Yeah.
And it's so inspiring, and just an amazing kind of love and kindness that the people bring with them to help their neighbors.
Yeah, and they see it.
Yes.
I mean, there's a name, there's a person, there's a family connected to it.
You can donate a coat to us and see who it goes out with that day, or you can bring in a bag of food and know that it's going to somebody who needs it for dinner that night.
Yeah, that's a high level of motivation, I think, right? Because it is that personal interaction. That's not why you do it, but being able to see it refuels you to keep coming back time after time.
Completely, yeah.
Where do you see the PRC going, Jenny, as you look towards the future?
Yes, we serve neighbors all across DuPage County, but we're looking to deepen those partnerships so we can bring services closer to people who need it around the county. So we're looking at expanding some programs in that way, looking specifically at the needs of seniors and around folks who need transportation help.
So that's kind of the big picture of where you're going. But you've also got some things that you're doing coming up quite soon, right?
We do. We have some local events we're excited about. We serve a lot of families with young kids in the household. Over half of the families who come to us have small kids. And on August 3rd, we have a school supply drive here at Staples in Naperville, which we hope people will participate in and help us get young kids ready for school and ready to learn.
Yeah, that's important. You can't go to school without a good backpack, right?
That's right.
Full of good supplies.
That's right.
That's an important part of that.
And healthy food on your table and all the things every kid needs to go back to school.
Okay. Kathy, tell us about a time when you felt that you could really feel the difference that you were making in this role. Because a lot of times boards are, it's board work. People don't really think so much about it. But tell me about a story.
I work in the clothes closet in Wheaton, and we got a call one day from a mom who needed a prom dress for her daughter. But because of religious restrictions, it couldn't be revealing.
Yes.
And we went through everything we had, and we didn't see anything that would work. We opened up a bag that somebody had donated, and we pulled out this child's perfect prom dress. It was modest, it was pretty, it didn't look like an old lady dress, and I left that day thinking, there's a girl out there who got a neat prom dress because somebody else donated it. Again, neighbors helping neighbors.
Yeah. That's why it makes me tear up just thinking about it because, because there's so many, and you talk about helping neighbors in need where you don't necessarily realize that the person next to you has that need, and you're silently and quietly just fulfilling that.
10% of the people in DuPage County, which is perceived as a wealthy, wealthy county, 10% of those people are in serious need. And those are the people that we reach out to.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah. Jenny, as we wrap up, what else can viewers do to get involved with you? How can we help?
We would love to have you consider becoming a volunteer or supporting our work with the financial donation at peoplesrc.org. You can learn more about doing both of those things.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I wish you all the best with the back to school backpack fill at Staples in Naperville, right?
Yes.
Coming up in August. So good luck with that, and thank you for all that you're doing for our neighbors. It's much appreciated.
You're welcome.
If you would like to learn more about the People's Resource Center and how you can get involved, please go and visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go away. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.